Bet on yourself. We're back. Ooh, we're back. Back and better than ever. That's the Road Podcast. This isn't the Bitter Old Man Podcast. It's the Middle Age Middle Age Man Podcast.
If we got this tattoo, would it be ridiculous?
Yeah, but you know what? It actually works for me because I work in the casino industry. It makes a lot of sense. It covers
be like, why have you got your name on your body? 2, why have you got another man's head of you on your body?
Well, if I get this tattoo, I would like to get this tattoo and make it MJF's leg with the tattoo as well on my leg. So it's even more ridiculous. Who wants a mustache ride? Yeah. This was drama. This was theater. When they talk about theater and cinema, this is what that was.
The funny thing is, if you were watching this on USA, you didn't actually see the kiss.
Yeah, it cut off.
Yeah, it cut off.
Yeah, and I went, and I went online and I was like, oh, what? Dirty. All I would like to say though, this man's living life. I know he don't look like he's the happiest man with that sling in the arm right there, but this man's living life. He went from
but Liv looked like she needed a cigarette after what she just did.
Well, Liv is dirty, and you know it. I mean, you just won the world title or retained your title. I mean, emotions fly everywhere. Like, I think she had a very pleasant night that night. I'm just saying. And, Dominik was around. Although in the Judgment Day,
she's no longer with Bo.
Yeah, I know. Bo is Uncle Howdy is somewhere. She was like, later. I'm not getting with that.
Yeah,
so
you do your QR codes. I'm gonna be over here get my freak on.
Yeah. Shout out to Dom, the biggest player in all of wrestling right now, living all the wrestling simps fantasies, from Rhea to Liv to his fiance. Who's next? She's like Goldberg. Who's next?
Welcome everyone to the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. I am, of course, Lord Manny Hayes. He is.
I am Marcus, the grand finale. But today,
and we got back off of, I believe, a 3-week hiatus.
Yeah, it's been some distance. I think I even had a longer trip because I missed that Saturday show because I was sick. So I was like, damn, it was a long time.
And then when I was doing the graphics, the last Tuesday show we did was the 7th of May.
Yeah. Damn, that was, oh my God.
Yeah.
But we're back. And I think, you know what? There is so much to talk about. So much has happened in these 3 weeks. And we're not going to probably cover everything. But yeah, we can cover just everything this weekend.
I'll hit you with headlines. I'll hit you with headlines, and then you interject if you feel like you need to.
Okay.
So Julia, who is signed to a WWE deal, is wrestling for Marigold. She injured her wrist. She's been told the quickest route to recovery is actual surgery. So she's gonna have surgery on her wrist and then be able to face Saray in July before she actually comes back to actually go to the Performance Center.
Wow. She is healthy. She heals faster, better than most NBA players. And I'm talking to you, Kawhi. I'm talking to you. Tyrese Halliburton. I'm talking to you too. Bastards. Donovan Mitchell.
What's the other bits of news?
Bastard.
We've got contracts ending. We've got Becky Lynch's ending this weekend. Dijak's ending in a month. Apparently, Nat's is ending in 2 weeks.
Okay, why draft Dijak to the main roster if he's leaving?
And the other thing is, if you're going to do that, you're not going to end up doing anything till he signs a contract. So if there's intent to sign him, you should have done that way before the draft.
Yeah, I don't if I'm Dijak, y'all have held me back for how many years now? It's been at least 5 or 6 years of me doing absolutely nothing. I had a paper plate on my, not a paper plate. He wasn't the paper plate guy. I had a mask on my face. I had the Keith Leaf run. Yeah. Then I went back to NXT. Y'all did nothing with me for months. Then you brought me back with a tape recorder, and then you called me up. And it's like, I'm out of here. I'm out of here, you bozos.
Well,
I'm on my way to. If I go to AEW, I'll be a guy.
If I go to the negotiation table, Marcus, at WWE, and I'm Dijak, I'm putting the mask on the table. You made me do this.
You made me do this. This is my retribution now. I want it all. No, but I think Dijak's gone. I think Natty should leave. Don't care where she go.
I don't think Natty should leave. I think Natty, you sign her, but then you also make her like a head trainer at the Performance Center. I see. You see, like from just their clips on their socials, what she and TJ Wilson do, like training up some of the WWE guys. It makes more sense to have her as a head coach kind of thing.
Yeah, but she has her own school. They have their own school, the Dungeon and whatnot, and they're training people. So I don't see why I would need the NXT for that. And then if I'm Natty and I still want to wrestle, and I would go somewhere. I'll just go somewhere. It don't matter.
I feel like that could be a nice. I feel like that could be a nice AEW pickup because having someone like Natty could actually benefit in backstage wise and improve the actual women's division.
Yeah, imagine Natty in the Owen Hart Classic or whatever they call that tournament.
Yeah, it makes sense. Becky Lynch, I think she's just gonna re-sign. I don't see her going. She may test the waters, but like with her husband just recently re-signing Seth, I don't foresee her going very far.
So they feel like lifers, right? They feel like WWE life. But I'm gonna play devil advocate. I agree with you, Manny. I don't think Becky Lynch is going anywhere. She may take some time off and quote and just like spend time with the kid and be a mother. Take some time off, come back, do limited dates. She is older. She's in her I think her late 30s. She's around our age or whatever it is. So I can see her wanting to take that time off, heal her body up, come back every now and then, part-time role. However, why stay with WWE if I can do that in AEW, wrestle limited dates, send them some Malachi Black vignettes every now and then, work a wrestling schedule as a MJF who wrestles maybe 3 times a year. And that's not a shot at MJF. I like the way he wrestles. I like that he comes off as special. But I'm saying you can do all that, be a mother, spend more time at home, make probably more money in AEW because Tony is out there just throwing money to everybody. Because I would have to pay her more than Mercedes. I'm just saying. I have to pay her more than Mercedes. I think she's an actual draw. I think people will tune in and go, oh shit, they signed Becky Lynch.
No.
At one point, was the focal point of Raw.
So I think Mercedes would have been a bigger deal if they didn't rush her into AEW. Like they didn't need to bring her in an extra month, just because you got a show in Boston does not mean you need to throw the CEO at them. You know what I mean? Like they could have waited an extra month.
Did they add that show for Boston? I thought they added that because they signed her. I thought that they shouldn't have signed her before she was healed.
Yeah, it just didn't make any sense. And then you got tired of seeing her because she wasn't doing anything. So and
then you saw all her weaknesses.
And then you waited 2 months for that. Yeah. Yeah, it's just like if you actually watch the was it 83 weeks? Was it 87 weeks podcast?
83 with Eric Bischoff.
Yeah, and then you occasionally see Conrad get butthurt, but he was saying
that's the dumbest part you'll ever say it.
But he's spoken about it, and he's right. The more and more you see someone appear and not actually do anything, the less appeal you have for that person, because it's like, you've been here for 2 months, you've shown up on my TV, and you've actually done nothing. It was kind of like what we could have had with Jade, because Jade was appearing on all the shows leading up, just having like small appearances, not really coming out to the crowd, but being seen in the crowd. If that carried on and we didn't actually have a match, I'd be like, fuck Jade. Who wants to see Jade at this point?
Honestly, let me tell you what it's like. I've never experienced a situation. I don't know if you have either, but it's like, your mom and dad gets like a new boyfriend or girlfriend or like they're like step or whatnot, and they come in, and then you just be like, you see them a lot. You're like, what the fuck? This guy does nothing. This person's a piece of shit. And you just keep seeing it. Everyone like, yeah. Go ahead, eat all my Cheerios. There you go, you piece of shit. Like that's all you do.
All my Cheerios, you piece of shit.
Yeah, that's all you doing. You use the bathroom when I need to use it. It's the one bathroom. Like, this bullshit. And you're just sick of them. You're just sick of them. Like, oh, we don't go to baseball games. You don't hang out with us. It's kind of an asshole. Just hang around on the couch. No job or anything. I'm using TV as a reference. I was trying to think of a particular character I can't think. But you're like, this is a piece of shit. Or as Eric would use, Lamont from Sanford and Son. Let's go all the way back. Like, you don't do shit. Get out of here.
Where were we?
Becky and Mercedes.
Yeah. And then I think the other news story is Tony Khan is reportedly disappointed with the media rights deal offered by Warner Brothers Discovery for AEW. Given that they are most likely to lose the NBA, or they are losing the NBA.
They've lost the NBA.
You know what? I think the WWE deal with Netflix is actually going to harm them a lot more than we thought, because I think a lot of these industries are looking at what they're going to do in terms of streaming, being on Netflix, and then digital TV is really going to suffer, I think, if they start losing things to streaming. So I think the investment into certain like into AEW, now that they're losing the NBA, is like, you're not going to get the NBA money, even though that the NBA money is going away. Like, it's still there. They're not going to get that NBA money. Like, if that's what Tony Khan's thinking.
Yeah, they're thinking. Ty Warner is thinking right now. Okay, like you said, most people are abandoning cable anyway. Everything's going to streaming. Like, they have Max. They're trying to merge a deal, do super deals and shit with their streaming. But streaming doesn't really produce money that, as you know, like TV ads. But a way to save money. Okay, we don't have the NBA deal. The best thing we could do is put on reality shows, which are cheap to make, game shows, and just put up reruns of old TV shows. Again, The Big Bang Theory does bigger ratings than Dynamite, and competes with like Raw on a weekly basis and shit. Like reruns of that shit. Like, why would I need to pay wrestling this much if this is going? Now, I can see them being disappointed with that, but I don't see what their option is. Do they go, all right? I mean, their numbers have been slacking lately. They haven't been doing well.
The thing is, everyone's numbers have been slacking. It's just like it's steady at 700, and I don't think you can offer top dollar for that. If a WWE show was doing that, you could probably offer them that because of just IP, intellectual property. But otherwise, because AEW hasn't been around that long, I don't think you're going to get a big deal, like, especially with the negative press that they've been getting previously. It outweighs any good that they have done in that since the last negotiation phase.
Excuse me. Yeah, think about how when WWE got their deal, they were in their biggest boom period ever. Roman was the champion. The Rock was there, and you have all this shit going on. The crowd's never been hotter. It had all this momentum. And now you think about AEW trying to sign their deal. They've never been lower. But on their positive sides, they do have MJF coming in, who can maybe give them a little bit of a boost. Maybe it puts them back. If they bring in a Becky Lynch, that can help out as well. And if they get just some momentum going here and there, they like you can see it, but they didn't have that during the negotiations of the deal. Like right now, they have a little bit of positive press going on. I mean, they lit somebody on fire and shit, so they got some positive press,
which was unnecessary.
It was a lot. It was a lot. And I guess we can jump in that in a little bit, but I'm just saying a lot of negative momentum was going their way. It'd be like me trying to invest into the Indiana Pacers in the middle of the Boston series. Talk about, oh, they had a really good season, but damn, this postseason, they're getting swept. Like, it's over. Like, it just seems like everything's going in a downward trajectory.
Yeah, so Double or Nothing. I mean, my peak interest started at the beginning. Not because of Roddy, obviously Will Ospreay.
Leave Roddy alone. No, don't you do a takedown of Roddy.
It's not a takedown of Roddy. It's just that whenever you see Will Ospreay, it's like you tune in to go, what non-human thing is he gonna do this time?
Yeah, Luchador brought the deal. I didn't actually see the numbers. I just heard that he's upset.
That's too much money.
That's a lot. It's a lot. I mean, it's 100. It's about 100 million a year, and so. But
I thought considering how loaded 50 million per year.
Yeah, but considering their cost for everything they're doing with all the talent, his giant roster that he won't release people with. All the venues they pay for, these extra arenas, Wembley, renting, and the video game costs, what they did with that, and I think they're still paying some of that. It's kind of disappointing. Of like, PSN, I need more money.
Huh? If you want AEW and you have PSN, it's a free game in June. To download if you really want it.
Yeah, but I just think
that's what. But like, if you really want it.
Yeah, I think that's what the disappointment is. Right there. It's like we spent a lot over the past 5 years to do this. They're getting $250 for NXT a year. And that's not even counting like the Saudi money.
No, they get 25 mil, I think, for NXT, wasn't it?
I thought it was 250 total or something like that. I forget the number. I don't have the numbers.
Yeah, I don't have the numbers. But thing is, WWE will get that because of WWE has been a long stay in this game. So then obviously business is booming for WWE. They have the Rock trump card whenever they want to use it.
Yeah, since he's on the board, it's like, oh, let's dig up the Rock. They have these names that you just go, John Cena, The Rock. And even though we fucking hate this guy, Hulk Hogan, The Undertaker. It just has that lineage, just like dealing with the NFL or NBA. They will always set the standard for top dollar. I think Tony Khan was thinking, we are kind of equal to them, and we should be somewhere near wherever they're getting for Raw or the Raw deal.
They're not though. They're not. They shouldn't even get close to that deal just on IP. If they've been around, just say if WCW was still around, WCW would get a deal, a slightly less deal than WWE, but they would get close to that figure if WCW was still hanging around.
Hold on, Manny. What state of WCW is hanging around? Is it that last,
no,
when they were sold for a bag of potato chips and a toenail, or is this Prime with Hall Nash and Hogan and running
Prime
with
Prime WCW? Prime WCW would have got this kind of number.
Yeah, they're just Nike. Yeah, they're Nike and everything is Adidas and Converse.
Depends though, because I feel like Adidas is a big deal because they're the two big hitters, aren't they? Nike.
Yeah, but who got Jordan?
Adidas.
Who got Jordan? Jordan brand is the biggest brand in shoes, and Nike is basically a part of Jordan brand, so they number ones.
Yeah, I guess.
Everybody else is
Double or Nothing.
All right. Talk about double. They gave us double. They gave us double and nothing at the same time.
Yeah, I felt empty watching this, and I could say, maybe it's because my dad died and I didn't really like watching. I wasn't really feeling watching wrestling, but I had more fun watching King of the Ring than started watching this bullshit.
I would like to say it was a contrast of two companies at the current state. I just felt I didn't have a problem with AEW or nothing. I thought it was a solid show. My problem is I don't need the double. Like it's like I didn't need the extras on. It was just too much. It's too long. They could have cut shit out and made it a better show. Like
no, see the problem.
Everything they do is extra.
Yeah, do you know when you have that friend and they do a little bit too much that they become a bit clingy and annoying? Yeah. What they did was just stuff that just didn't seem like you needed to do it, especially when you had all these other bits going on.
Yes. I feel like every match has something a little extra in it that didn't need to be there. Even, you know what, we started off, let's go with Will Ospreay and Roddy Strong. On paper, should just be a simple match. Will Ospreay wins, whatever. They have a fun match. Everybody goes, "Oh, that was nice."
They probably get a little extra. They probably give that 6 stars that match.
Yeah, but it still was a little extra. You had Callis on commentary. You had Ospreay, him talking about don't break his neck and do the driver and all that, and Roddy kicking out of moves he shouldn't be kicking out of. And it just seemed extra. And then MJF, and then right after that, Adam Cole comes out, ignoring that Roddy just lost completely. Ignoring that he's a part of the Undisputed Kingdom. And the whole, by the way, they have the whole Wardlow and referee throwing out and Ospreay and all that. They had a lot of extra shit in this match. I was like, why do we need all this?
Ignoring the fact that originally he was mad at Wardlow, so in order to punish Wardlow, he said Wardlow needs to prevent these lot from losing their titles. Did Wardlow do that? No.
no referee. He comes out there, I'm back, baby, and this stuff. And then immediately we get a really cool vignette of MJF and all his trinkets and highlights of his career, which I thought was really cool. Like, he just had a bunch of stuff where I was like, man, I do miss this guy. He comes out, he looks like Wolverine. And Triple H had a baby. Like, I felt like when he came out, he had the mutton chops, the dark tan, the haircut. I was like, is he auditioning to be Wolverine? And I was like, he wouldn't be a bad Wolverine if he could act, because he is kind of short and he's muscular, he's young, and I think he could pull it off. But with that being said, he comes out there, he cuts a promo talking about he kills Adam Cole without thinking. Like, that was a side thought. He cusses out the devil mask, tosses that away. He shows us his tattoo and said he bet on himself. He's re-signed with AEW, which we all knew. And he goes out there I felt like he was a little too long, but it was nice seeing him back.
It was nice seeing him back, and then I feel like he did way too. He did. Not only did he do homage to Triple H with the jacket, he also did the Ric Flair elbow drop on. Was it the mask? I think it was the mask.
Yeah. And
I was just like, I didn't mind it because I compared it to what happened on Raw with Damien Priest, and I was like, that MJF has done way more better things than what Damien Priest was presented to me on Monday Night Raw. But then you got I can't even remember the order of what was happening, but you got Adam Copeland jumping off a cage and then he releases a video of looking like an old man in a rocking chair online saying he broke his leg doing that.
I feel more people have injured themselves in AEW for just jumping off random shit at the age of over 40 than anybody else. Like, Adam Cole isn't 40 yet. He got injured for jumping off the ramp. CM Punk jumped into the crowd, injured himself. Now Adam Cole, it's a tradition. It's a tradition or something. But he was extra. I mean, we got Brood Edge, which I feel like this was the exact same storyline as Finn Balor. And
El Luchador, if you dare say you want a Gangrel in 2024, unsubscribe today.
Gangrel's the only one to make the say. Did they tease in that match? Because when I was watching, they teased the House of Black turning on Malachi, right? For just like half a second for no reason.
To be honest, Marcus, I wasn't giving this my full attention.
Okay, so that was teased for a little bit. And then Gangrel comes out to make the save. And I'm going, more extra shit. The barbed wire in the cage made no sense. And I also would like to retire the cage match. Like, I was like, oh, they put the barbed wire on top of the cage. Who cares? Like, Chris Jericho learning tree match. That could have been an email.
The
trios match could have been an email as well. Or that could have been a Twitter post in under 140 characters.
Wait,
trying to
Marcus.
lose.
So I think we were talking pre-show, and you said Statlander's turn was unnecessary. Keith, what was the Bounty Hunter Keith? Whatever he is, whatever name he is. Why did he turn?
So on Dynamite they teased it. They actually teased this on Collision and Dynamite for a little bit. So I felt like it was coming eventually. But I didn't need the match at all. I didn't need this at all. Oh no, Jericho's teaching the medic. I don't care. I don't. It's just unnecessary. There were so many turns and twists in every match. I think had like a twist. Like, oh, it's the Bounty Hunter, right? Keith. Oh, it's Gangrel. Oh, Statlander is turned on Willow for no reason. Win or lose, we're turning on her. They didn't even cheat to help Mercedes. They just turned on her.
At this point, Tony Khan just needs to let us know that he's hired M. Night Shyamalan to do some of his booking.
Even in Orange Cassidy and Trent, they have a match, whatever. Orange Cassidy wins. Trent's walking up the ramp, and you got Rocky Romero like, Trent, or whatever happened with that. And I'm like, that was unnecessary. That match was unnecessary. Rocky Romero was unnecessary too. It was so much unnecessary stuff. And like I said, the show was too extra. They could have, as contrast to the King of the Ring, things were simple to the point. Simple to the point. There was not much convolution whatsoever. You had the Dom and Liv thing, which was played really well because they've been teasing it. But that's kind of it. I mean, Nia sat on Lyra.
No, that wasn't the problem. The only problem coming out of King of the Ring was the the finish to Gunther and Randy with the shoulder rope.
Yeah. Excuse me. Probably should have got water. And yeah, it was convoluted. It was like controversial, and they had to acknowledge it. Like, fuck, we fucked up or whatnot. But Gunther's King of the Ring. But they just said it. All right, we're done. Referee's decision's final. He fucked up. We're done. Yeah. There wasn't anything extra added to this. I just feel like Double or Nothing. Like, the Anarchy match in the arena was everything that you were like, oh, this is extra. It was Anarchy, but I didn't need the opening of them arguing over whose music should play. Although I did find it funny when Matt Jackson said, that's too expensive. That made me laugh. It's too expensive. Cut this shit off. That's $200,000.
And then it turned into a commercial, essentially, for the Young Bucks' new trainer or sneaker that came out. Yeah. The Reebok Pump. Yeah, everything they did was unnecessary. Okada putting the thing with the thumb that
okay. Yeah, so in a match where we got someone getting ran over by a truck, throwing it, people shooting flamethrowers at people. I thought Okada's sleeve Rainmaker clothesline was the most unnecessary weapon in all the show. I seen it, exploding chair, whatever. Super kicks, hanging Darby, super kicking or whatever. I just felt like that was the most unnecessary thing ever because he used it once and was like, oh, I'm not using that ever again. You could have had that on the beginning of the match. You could have been dressing on thumbtacks if you wanted. Like, why put it on for one clothesline? That wasn't even the finish.
Yeah, it was really ridiculous. And I was just like, I was thinking the whole time, if you were to show people this that weren't wrestling fans, that were very skeptical in the get-go, you have no argument.
Man, you actually have no argument. I want to show these people in 1980 this match. And they finally go, hey guys, I think wrestling isn't real. I think it's bullshit. I think it's bullshit. I think I figured it out. I mean, I didn't hate the match. I thought it was what it was. It was what it was. it was honestly what I expected, but a little extra. Like, I was expecting everything. Like, oh, they're going to this levels. Like, I didn't need to see Darby get allegedly ran over by Jungle Boy, who passes out at the wheel after crashing into the wall.
I didn't need to see Darby hanging from the hanging.
Yes, hanging upside down for about it felt like 10 minutes. Maybe it was probably 5. But I feel like he was up there a long ass time. Darby is gonna die anyway. He's not gonna make it to 40. It's like there was so much stuff. I can't remember a single thing FTR did in this match. I'll be honest.
I was very put off that Dax was wearing trousers, so I was. If this man
even that was extra. He has some extra cloth.
If Dax was pro wrestling, he would have come out in his underpants like he normally does.
Yeah. How many stars do you think Meltzer's giving Anarchy in the Arena?
He'll give it like 5 or 4.5.
I'm definitely. It's not under 5. I don't think it's gonna be under 5. I think he's gonna love it and give it 5+. But and you want to know the tragedy of this? We're done talking about this pay-per-view, right? We're done, right?
Yeah.
Manny, how many times have you mentioned the world champion?
Oh. Yeah,
how many times did we mention the world champion? I'll tell you this was his biggest highlight of the weekend. Yeah, this biggest highlight for Swerve, the AEW first black world champion. The biggest highlight for him over the weekend was celebrating with Mercedes and watching get a cake for becoming a mid-card TBS champion. That was his highlight for the weekend.
Oh, can we just point out? I haven't got the video, but it's on the Shorts channel. I've lost all respect for Will Ospreay. Dancing with Mercedes.
That was quick. All respect. All respect. Not an ounce left, Manny. Not a morsel of respect for Ospreay anymore.
He's got to try really hard to gain my respect back.
Why is that, Manny? Explain yourself.
Well, first of all,
I know why. I
want to say, first of all, it's weird to say that white man had more rhythm than Mercedes Mone doing the bullshit dance that she does. But Mercedes Mone dances like a white woman, and not a good one.
I think she's in the Maxine Dupree category of rhythmless. Like, that's where we're at with that. But who am I to talk? I have no rhythm either. I've been in that category. I'm a terrible dancer.
You could have lived in the lie. You could have lived in the lie that black people have rhythm. But now Mercedes Mone is putting it out there that some black people just don't have rhythm too.
It's true. She ruined the stereotype. Next thing you know, they discovered that we all don't have big dicks. She's ruining it. She's ruining it. We can't all play basketball. Don't pick him.
And some of them aren't all thugs.
Yeah. Imagine someone. Some of them can read.
Some of them do other things other than rap or play basketball.
Yeah. Manny, I hope we don't meet a doctor out there. That would ruin the whole stereotype. The only black doctor I know is Dr. J. Anyway, yeah, just cut. They could have cut a lot of this match, this show. Like, I didn't need the Takeshita and John Moxley match, even though I enjoyed that match. I thought that was a really good match.
Yeah, it was a good match.
It didn't need to be on the show.
Just like, why? That should have been on New Japan. That should not be on AEW TV. If you're going to put the New Japan title on the line, put that on New Japan TV. Do not put that on AEW.
Yeah, also, here's something I didn't understand. There's the Callis family, and Ospreay's in the Callis family. And the Undisputed Kingdom is running roughshod. They almost break Ospreay's neck. Anyway, doing that dive and slip and fall on the rope and whatnot. Where was the Callis family to help Ospreay for that match? He was being mugged. The referee was doing nothing.
Will Hobbs is broken.
Kyle Fletcher's alive.
Yeah, but is Kyle Fletcher really the guy that saves you?
I think that I'm in desperate times. He better.
Yeah.
Fuck with you. You gonna turn on me like the gates of agony? Who are now, Manny? The cage of agony now. They're the cage of agony. They're no longer Mone Embassy. They're the cage of agony. And I'm going like, I don't care. Just like the Final Testament, I don't care about you or your authors. I don't care. I don't care if AOP'd on anybody. Get out of here.
Are we done talking about AEW? Yeah, let's get to Raw.
Yeah, let's jump into Raw. I mean, we covered the King of the Ring. Gunther won the King of the Ring. He's amazing.
Yeah, and Nia Jax is also the Queen of the Ring, and I think I really think she deserves it. I think for the amount of improvement she's done and the bullshittery she's been doing, perfect.
Yeah, I know you think she deserves it, but I'm going to tell you this right now. It's none of your business what she do or does not deserve. Just to quote Gunther, which is my favorite quote ever. Whenever someone says deserve anything, I'm going to throw that out there. I swear to God. That's my favorite thing when he just stood up and said, it's none of your business what I do and do not deserve. It's so a matter of fact.
I like the fact that he doesn't wear the crown, he just holds it.
Yes. I know Nia's gonna wear the shit out of that crown.
Yeah, Nia's gonna wear the crown. But Gunther does not want photos of him wearing that crown to be held against him later on in life.
He's very classy. He'll just hold it to the side. Thank you. Thank you. But anyway, so Gunther start with Ludwig.
Yeah, Gunther comes out. He says ever since Damien ever since Rhea got injured, Damien really stepped up and took responsibility, and he admired that because he is a man that succeeds when he takes on responsibility, as he became the greatest intercontinental champion of all time. The King of the Ring was lacking prestige, and he had to step up and raise it to levels and heights never seen before. And now the World Heavyweight title is lacking prestige because the champion won it by taking a shortcut.
Manny, we've seen a lot of King of the Rings over time. I think this is my favorite King of the Ring of all time. I think this was the best one. I think considering the participants
the Bret and Owen ones. I feel the Bret and Owen ones hold up still, but I would have to agree. Gunther's run to the finals, the matches have been really good. The only problem with one of them was the finish of Randy, but outside of that, the matches have been really, really good.
Yeah. I'm going to say it's probably the greatest one of all time. Just to get him that. Just get that knock on Gunther, who is #1 best in the rest of the world, especially now that Will Ospreay has fell down the rankings for Manny for doing this.
It was CE no. CE no!
No! Hell no.
Well, you were the greatest hope for the UK had. The England had.
You were supposed to be balanced the wrestling, not join them.
Now I've got to rely on Drew McIntyre winning the world title again.
Oh, Priest comes out and he has a rebuttal, and he's like, "I earned this title shot. God damn it! I earned everything I got, and I'm gonna beat you at SummerFest this year." And then Drew comes out and like, "Nah."
He mentioned that he didn't beat Randy. And then questions if Gunther understands business. Gunther says he will be challenging the title whether Priest is champion or not. And then ever since he stepped in the WWE ring, he's been waiting for someone to teach him anything after the bell has rung. He can't teach business, but he can teach you about this great sport. He gives Priest 2 options. You can teach me business before SummerSlam and address me as king, or after SummerSlam, where you can address me as World Heavyweight Champion.
Gunther is so matter of fact. It's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, but at this point, cool. Marcus, Gunther's first language is Austrian, and then I think his second language is probably German. Gunther's
Yes.
This isn't Gunther's first language. And he's outshining Priest, which is his first language.
So
Gunther
Priest.
talking seemed like a champion. Gunther felt like a champion out there. He had championship presence.
Yeah, I know Priest feels like a substitute teacher right now, but I do feel like he is working at he's getting better at being the world champion. And I think he needs more time at CZ. Gunther has experience, even though, you know, we knock it. His UK run was a lengthy run. He had a lot of time of just saying all this nonsense he's saying right now.
Years. He didn't defend it for an entire year. Neither did
that'll
you.
Count. That'll count.
Neither did you, Alba Fire, but you ain't doing anything right now. You're out there fighting for scraps.
Yeah, you're trying to get on TV. You and Isla Dawn. What happened to that? They were almost on TV at one point again.
Yeah, now Dawn has had a glow up recently, and I don't understand what she's been doing. Which this summons Drew out. Drew says CM Punk is a highlight in the last. Drew says he's CM Punk's highlight in the last 6 months. Damien says he isn't looking past Drew. Drew wants the best version of Damien, but he's spreading himself too thin because of the Judgment Day nonsense. Drew lists UK legends, and what separates them from him, and is that none of them have won world titles. He's won it 3 times. Tells them to watch tape of the last Clash at the Castle. And the UK fans went crazy for him. That what broke Roman. If it wasn't for Solo, he would have been a world champion. He tells Damien, over here, they call me a Terminator. They call me a warrior. They call me a psychopath. But over in Scotland, they just call me Drew because they're all like that. Damien is walking into a war zone.
Damien's going to walk out as champion. CM Punk has to cost Drew, and then that's going to be SummerSlam's match? Or do you have Drew winning?
I don't think he's in his hometown. He definitely ain't winning. Who wins in their hometown?
Well, in AEW, you win in your hometown all the time, or you get featured. Like Ospreay is already booked to win in Wembley. Every single part, 90% of the world has that man winning the world title at Wembley somehow, and winning the Owen Hart. Is it Classic? I always mix up the name.
I can't remember what it's called.
Little controversy there. The winner gets a title shot at Wembley, which I thought it was unnecessary. Like, oh, he's competing with Triple H. I was like, no, who cares? They have tournaments all the time here.
Yeah. Damien seemed unfazed about Drew and the crowd getting under his skin. He tries to get under his skin by bringing up Drew's wife. Then Braun Strowman comes out, gets in Damien's face, and then we have Braun versus J.D. McDonough.
By the way, in the middle of Drew and Priest, Gunther just casually walks away. It's like, this is y'all.
Yeah, and then but as soon as Braun's music hit, Drew also just casually just walked out of the ring. Like, I don't know.
Yes. Like, oh shit. This fat motherfucker, his hair, balding hair. Anyway, classic between McDonough and Strowman. I enjoyed the match because I thought this is what Satnam Singh and Bryan Danielson wanted to do. Oh, what you call it? But Satnam Singh is no good.
Yes, but Marcus, for a monster, the monster among men struggled against a tiny, tiny man.
Hey, he had a trick knee, man. That trick knee it just went out. It went out the wrong time, but he kills him eventually. And then we get a hot pursuit for the rest of the night.
Yeah, Priest is an idiot, by the way. He believed that JD was the guy that was going to be able to handle Braun Strowman. Fucking idiot. That's your world heavyweight champion, people.
That's the equivalent in NBA terms of Derek Fisher said, not Derek Fisher, Allen Iverson said, I can guard Shaq.
No, Marcus, this is me telling you, a guy that plays amateur basketball. You know what? You go over there and you guard LeBron. You stop him from making any shot.
Yeah. You know who you got today? You got Luka. Oh shit, I'm gonna get fucked up. By the way, in the dumbest conversation ever, Stephen A. Smith said he can score 1 point on LeBron. LeBron would kill him. He's like, I can throw a shot. You wouldn't get the shot up. You wouldn't get the shot up.
I think you'd score 1 point.
You can't get the shot up.
Get 1 point.
You don't think LeBron would just go like this? Pop.
Yeah, but Marcus, you got to use your smart. Sometimes you go, hey, LeBron, look at your headline. Run, pass, and layup.
He's 6'8" and moves like Braun Strowman. Even in his 40s. Stephen A. Smith is in his 50s, I think. And moves probably like Skip Bayless.
Damien questions where everyone's gone. JD tells him he calls out JD for talking to Liv, who he was caught behind the scenes and then chased by Braun Strowman in the back.
How did he get time for that? How did he get time? Oh, hey, Liv, let's talk.
Yeah.
I'm being chased by this 6'8" monster or whatever.
JD tells him he told Liv that she won't be champion for long. Dom appears, gets called a sucio. He says he spoke to Rhea and told her he's gonna fix it. That happened.
Yeah. Also, Carlito's around and getting kicked out the locker room and being like shit by Priest. Priest won his title. Priest is for his own people. He's Puerto Rican just like you, Priest. Sometimes be your own people that turn on you like that. He treats Carlito like shit. Carlito ain't doing nothing but goodwill and business for the Judgment Day. He took an ass whooping from Strowman.
Liv Morgan doesn't have any remorse on how she beat Becky, but she didn't know that what Dominik was going to do in Saudi. But she has Becky Lynch reminding everyone that Liv hasn't beaten her one-on-one. Because of Dom, that is still technically true. So Liv states the Liv Morgan revenge tour isn't over. It's just getting started.
It ends with Rhea.
And I'm still taking tickets.
Tickets what, for Liv?
For the revenge tour.
Yeah, I'm 100%. I can't believe I'm saying this again. I thought this was the best Liv Morgan promo of her career, and I'm so proud of her.
She was better than Priest. She's
better than Priest. And she might be the most intriguing character of Monday Night Raw. Now that Drew's been good, but Drew and Punk is only going on for so long.
If Damien even tries that bullshit in the next coming weeks, where he goes, the Judgment Day run all of Monday Night Raw, or he runs Monday Night Raw, he can shut the fuck up because Liv Morgan is running Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, this revenge tour, she's taking out everybody. She's on a run on levels of Steve Austin at this point.
So we move to the back where Ricochet wants Bron Breakker. Pierce tells him he isn't in the building, he's suspended. Ilya Dragunov appears, goes, "Thank you for taking the bullet for me last week." So Ricochet kind of goes, "Oh, okay, I'll face you. I don't remember
him pushing Dragunov. I just remember him running through Ricochet. I can immediately say, Ricochet, nigga, what are you talking about? Excuse me for using that word. That fool just ran out of nowhere. I don't know. I don't give a fuck about you."
Ilya says he likes he'll face him when he's 100%. Ricochet wants to face him tonight. Ilya tells him when he fights people, he breaks them. He doesn't fight broken people.
Ricochet said he rich, ain't never been broke in his life or some shit. And they go to the ring.
Yeah, they go to the ring and have a match.
By the way, that was another contract. The Speed Champions contract is coming up, and it's rumored to probably be leaving.
The AEW?
Ricochet, yeah. And then Ospreay was giving praise to him this week and talking about he's the greatest of all time. People need to put respect. He shouldn't be on it's an abomination or it's appalling or something like that he's on Twitter. I'm like, yeah,
AEW
like he would just be AR Fox and Dynamite.
Ospreay also wants Scott D'Amore in AEW.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Which
fishy about
knowing
Scott
him,
D'Amore
he'll get what he wants.
Yeah, but some fishy about Scott D'Amore stuff, right?
Yeah.
Why he was fired? No one saying anything really. They went different direction, and then everybody's kind of shut the fuck about it, like protesting about it. WWE hasn't brought him up. No one's actually kind of brought him up, really.
Yeah. So they had a decent match. Bronze.
Yep.
After hitting the shooting star press, Braun spears the life out of Ricochet if there was anything.
It was. I saw the scene in was it Doctor Strange or I think it's like one of the Avengers, Infinity War, when the Hawk is falling out of his body. And
Yeah,
that's what happened when Ricochet got hit. Like, oh no, Braun kills everything.
He also got Dragunov, but that it wasn't as good as when he got Ricochet, because Ricochet just did flip.
Yep, it fell on his neck somehow.
Yeah. Pierce yells at him. He continues yelling at him in the back. Kiana James wants to talk to Pierce. Pierce goes, I'll talk to you in my office. I need a drink.
I think that's a Vince McMahon scandal somehow. But I mean, he got to fire Braun Breaker at this point. Once you break suspension and show up anyway,
you go find him. Why would you find him?
He already fined him. He already fined him and suspended him for killing some jobber. When has that ever happened? That guy was never going to make it anyway, Pierce. You should have put Breaker in the King of the Ring. I agree with Breaker on this tirade, by the way. Should have put him in the King of the Ring. What the fuck?
Yeah. Karrion Kross is lurking around ice cream trucks, tells Woods to jump out of Kofi's shadow and stop this New Day bullshit as he's trying to help him. He asks Kofi, when are you going to let your boy shine? When you retire?
Ready? Before you jump into it, the Awesome Truth was there in the ice cream truck. What flavor coffee or ice cream do you think man was going to say for our truth?
Dark chocolate, and you know it.
I just like when Michael Cole asked the question, and he said, "Oh, coffee flavor," and Pat McAfee went, "Wow." That was making me laugh.
Well, do you know the other most bullshit thing, Marcus? Imagine someone telling you, you know what, you need to go watch an AOP match. I'd be like, shut the fuck up, Karrion Kross. How dare you make me watch a Final Testament match?
How dare you want me? Why did I just spit in my face?
You have to capture me first. You have to hold me hostage and do that shit. You can't do that shit to me like willy-nilly.
Yeah, they fight the Creeds, they win, distractions, whatever. Who cares? To be honest, I don't know what's happened to the Creed brothers, but the enemy has no intention of using them at any point. What are we doing here? What are we doing with this Final Testament? Can we get rid of all these people? Honestly, I would be happier to see these guys go more than I'd be happier to see Jeff Jarrett, Satnam Singh, Sanjay Dutt, and Jay Lethal out the picture. I'll be honest.
I never want to see Jeff Jarrett retire from wrestling. I'm just putting it out there. I never want to see it because it makes people angry when they see him out there.
Yeah, Manny, that might be the hottest take in the history of wrestling. I think you might be the only person to say that in the history of wrestling. You know what? I never want to see Jeff Jarrett retire. Other than Jeff Jarrett.
I never want to see him retire. In fact, if he does retire, I expect him to come out on a horse with the ghost of Tennessee Lee. So basically, Rey Mysterio said things about Carlito. Sheamus said things about Kaiser. Then Kaiser and Sheamus brawl. And then we lead to Kairi Sane versus Lyra Valkyria.
Sheamus, at one point I thought, Sheamus is back in shape. But this week, Sheamus was out of breath walking to the ring for no reason.
Yeah, and he admitted it, Marcus. That was the worst thing about it. He admitted he was tired walking to the ring.
Yeah, I was like, oh, man. Oh, Sheamus. You're not making Ludwig's argument of calling you old watch. You came out here sweaty, dead tired. I was like, what the fuck, Sheamus? What happened?
Kairi versus Lyra was a decent match. It ended with a roll-up after Lyra kicked Kairi in the face of trying to deliver the insane elbow.
Io was not happy about
it. And then
this.
Io smashes up furniture. I don't know why she was so angry.
Because fuck this Lyra Valkyria, man. That's what it was like.
But for a little woman, Io destroyed that table. Have I frozen or have you frozen? I think Marcus is frozen. In the most awkward position ever. Yeah, Lyra, Io smashes up the furniture, and then Cole on commentary says Io's mad at the fact that she lost to Lyra in the King of the Ring finals for Raw. Then we get Carlito versus Rey Mysterio, which I didn't actually care about at all. Rey Mysterio wins despite the help from Finn Balor trying to help Carlito. And then Damian Priest takes out Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio at the end of the match, which sets up the match for next week of Damian Priest versus Rey Mysterio. Chad Gable in the back scolds Tozawa for not making the Saudi trip, and then calls Maxine Goldilocks and the 3 brain cells.
Yes, I believe
I finally cut about you.
Yeah, I believe they finally cut the internet. I believe in that very moment, it was like, what the fuck? They're online.
Yeah, so
that was a different way.
I mentioned the Carlito versus Rey Mysterio. It was kind of just there.
That's fine. Yeah.
Then we get to Otis versus Bronson Reed. Otis loses the match out getting distracted by Chad Gable not to gyrate them hips. And then Gable holds an Alpha Academy meeting after the match.
Yeah, I think we got Gable for about 30 minutes of TV time right now. And I think that I thought it was necessary. I thought he was the biggest piece of shit ever. But I also think there's some dumb people around. It was, you're a grown man. Don't let this man whoop you in front of these people. And then Maxine makes the same. I thought he was going to be like, you can get this shit too.
He did look like he was going to hit her.
Yeah.
He really did look like he was going to hit her.
Sammy comes out.
I like how she stopped him. I do like how she stopped him. It was like when Jay stopped Solo from murdering Sami Zayn during trial of Sami Zayn.
Yeah, this is essentially the Bloodline story, but very, very light.
It's the white version. A little bit more tame.
Yeah. So anyway, I still wanted at the end. I thought the segment was fine. Sammy comes out there, says his piece. They fight. They rush through all this before whenever my internet dies. But I do think it should have ended with Gable whipping the shit out of Sammy with that belt. Going like, backfire. Holy backfire.
And then we get to Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan in a cage match. Liv wins amongst the nonsense. Dom slams the door in Becky's face, kisses Dom to end Raw.
Well, we also have the Braun Strowman running into. They set this up all night. This gag was happening all night. This was the gag at the end.
But as I've mentioned, I did not enjoy the main event of Double or Nothing.
Uh-huh.
I thought that was I thought everything that happened in there was very unrealistic. You expect me to believe balding, out of shape Braun Strowman has spent the night running after these guys? No.
He got good cardio. Good cardio. It was about what, 3 hours?
He was running for 8
What, he run a marathon? They ran a marathon. Oh. But whatever. I think it's time to retire the cage match in WWE. I think that no one cares. I don't feel like the crowd was into this at all. They didn't care.
I don't think cage matches work now. There's so much bigger, stranger things in wrestling now that the cage match doesn't actually work. It's supposed to keep people out, but people still climb in, find alternative ways to get in. So it's just like, it doesn't make sense to have it anymore.
Yeah. Unless it's Hell in a Cell or War Games. I think, or Blood Guts. I don't think we can do cage matches anymore. I think it's the old trope, especially with the cage we kind of get now. The WWE cage is so light and flimsy, it doesn't matter. Unless you're going to give me the old school 1992 or 94 steel cage where those bars fucking killed a man. They look like they can
blue bars.
Anybody.
We need the blue bars back.
Get back the blue bars. Otherwise, I don't want to see your cage match. Or if it's a Punjabi prison match. Oh, because it just doesn't work. I think it's a dated match that needs to go to wayside. I'd rather see a blindfold match before I see a regular steel cage match.
Oh, shout out to the great Khali, who also now has a Cody-like tattoo on his neck of a tiger.
Yeah. Why? I guess adrenaline was in his
running
soul.
in his soul.
Yeah, I'm proud of him. Dominik kisses Liv to end the show.
Well, Liv kisses him, and then he has this look of, what am I gonna do?
Look like a member of the Beatles. What do you mean? What are you gonna do? You're going to Liv. She's healthy. I see Buddy Matthews and Rhea singing to each other. It's over. It's over. He's laying on her ass. It's time to move on.
I didn't expect her to see her singing Justin Bieber, to be honest. Things you don't expect to see.
No. She seems like that's something that wouldn't fit her genre. But you know what? I feel Rhea sings a bunch of random stuff that we'd be like, that's not true. What? What are you singing Usher for?
So yeah, that was Raw. It was okay. A bit all over the place.
I thought it was a good show. I thought, they had a beginning, middle, and end to it. Even though, the Braun Strowman run around is stupid, JD. But
it was missing Jey Uso.
He took the week off. I don't know why, but it was nowhere to actually put him. Like, I feel like they had a show. I'm sure he'll be back next week. What's he gonna do? He had no reason to come back.
Doing nothing.
They're just milking Jay until the Bloodline business starts up again, where he needs to team up with Jimmy to take out the Gorillas of Destiny and Solo, and Roman comes back, and then we're already at War Games by then.
One question, and it pertains to NXT tonight. Who is Roxanne Perez's challenger for NXT Battleground? It's being announced tonight. Who do you think it is?
I think it's going to be somebody for the main roster that they're not using. I don't know who exactly. It's not Natty or anything like that, because Natty's already down there. But let's see. Let's go with Isla Dawn. No, Alba Fire randomly comes back.
Oh, you want to do that? You want to do that, Marcus? Okay. I'm digging up Meiko Satomura.
That would be
the
great.
Woman that made her forfeit the title. The woman that made her forfeit the title. Let's do it. Let's run it back one more time, and then you can release Meiko and let her do whatever she needs to do. Stop holding this woman hostage under contract.
Yeah, I would love for it to be Meiko Satomura, Manny, but you're gonna be disappointed when it's Raquel Rodriguez.
Oh, why?
Why not? She ain't doing shit. By the way, Sonya Deville's been back.
Yeah, kind of just glossed over that.
Yeah, that's fine. But that's the only person I can think. They're not gonna say Gigi all of a sudden you're a title contender any day. Like,
they haven't even finished whatever they're doing with Ariana Grace and her.
I think we're done. She walked out on them like 2 or 3 weeks ago and said, "I'm done with this," and we haven't seen any one of them since.
I think they were going to end up releasing Gigi.
Yeah, I can see her already gone. And not really much of a loss.
They ain't doing anything with her.
Good, Yeah.
She
wasn't that good anyway.
Yeah, so we're back on Thursday. I don't know if there's ETE tomorrow.
No.
So, as you have no internet.
Yeah, I have no internet, and I'll be officially, the move begins. And next time you see me, you'll be in Studio M, located in the Water Studio plot. And that's why Tony Khan does not have the money from Warner Brothers, is because they gave it to me so I can move into a new apartment.
Is there a show on Thursday, or should we just play it safe and say there's no show Thursday?
No, it's a show Thursday. My internet's gonna be up tomorrow. After the show, I'm gonna go pick up all the shit and I can set it up, but I'm not going to do it till tomorrow. So
okay, so
everything will be set up.
So yeah, we'll see you Thursday for NXT and AEW Dynamite. Even though I feel like I'm very close to refusing to write Dynamite notes, and we may have to rely on Marcus's brain once again.
I'm down. Oh no, I don't. I have an option to go attend AEW Dynamite. It'd probably be cheaper than me trying to watch it at my place anyway. It's only $25 for a ticket. I can just walk in there. Yeah, I can just walk in there
and choose where you're gonna sit. I can sit anywhere I feel like.
Yeah. Oh,
I can sit wherever I feel
we can do that. What is this? A fucking Carl's Jr.? I'm just gonna sit wherever I want. Have it your way. But no, right now tickets are like $29. You can get them. It's like, oh, okay.
That is terrible ticket price. They're cheap.
Yeah, I have no reason not to go other than I'll be tired from moving. But we'll see. To be continued.
Yeah. So that's all the bits. There's nothing else going on the show. We're back.
Yeah. I know you guys are probably out there listening to a bunch of angry, middle-aged, older podcasters out there, but let you know, your boys are back, and the humor in wrestling is back. No more listening to Meltzer, Bischoff, Cornette, Dutch Mantel, Kevin Nash.
Hey, you leave the Dutch Mantel podcast alone. Great insights there. Great mustache, great insights.
I'm going to tell you this right now. I know he's taboo at this point. I know he's taboo. But damn it, give it to me. Give me the Vince McMahon podcast. Give me the Vince McMahon podcast. Fuck everything else. I think that would be the most watched and just hearing him give hot takes. And I'm going to agree with him on everything. Just give me that, and I 100% would support that. I would donate to his show and do everything because I would love to
donate to the show.
I want his insight just randomly.
Yeah,
I would love to see his what he thought to finish this week of Raw. Fuck Braun Strowman,
women in the main event.
Yeah, that would be the headline. Should women main event? Oh shit, Vincent talking like this. I love Becky Lynch's ass. Vince. Can't cancel me, it's the internet.
Can't cancel me, it's the internet. That is some shit he would say.
Yes. You have guests on there. I 1000% want this. Vince McMahon, the Wrestling Podcast. Just say.
Speak for itself. Yeah, we're back. I also want to say thank you to everyone that reached out and sent condolence messages and stuff over the last few weeks. It has been appreciated, and thank you for that during this awkward time. It's very strange because I don't know what the fuck to do. There's no guides on how to do this shit. Like when someone passed away, it's very strange. You have to find out. So you find out trinkets from other people. Then you have to piece it together. They don't tell you all the things you need to do. Then you have to start piecing like 5 things that people have told you. It's like, oh, I did this. There needs to be a guide.
No, I think everybody should accept grief in their own way. I think there's no way you can't share that experience.
Marcus. Not that bit. What you have to do, so like you have to register the death, you need to deal with their affairs, and all these other things.
Yeah,
all that stuff, all that paperwork, government stuff that you have to deal with. People need to make a guide on what you need to do, the order you need to do them in.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this. I was fortunate when my mother passed away and grandfather, all the deaths and stuff. I had other people take care of that for me. Thank you, Eric, for handling all that and learning it. Yeah.
I'm only child, Marcus. I have to deal with all of this shit.
Yeah, I know. Eric got to handle all that, and I was very thankful because I don't even know. I probably would be out of it.
Yeah. Once again, thank you for watching and everything. Tune in Thursday, and we out.
Peace. Imagine him getting a sharpshooter tattoo. This is terrible. He'll lose his whole career.
Not this tattoo.
Anyway,
actually, the main logo would be even worse to get. That looked creepy.
I can't hear anymore. Why? Why can't I hear you anymore?
I don't know. Let's just end the show. Bye, guys.
Can you hear me?